नमस्कार Mara. मैं चुनाव शिवानी तो बचा सिंगापुर पेट. Zido brought out me a message from Radio Maj Kashir. Yatmas temo kor mention ki temo such a week-long festival organized kormut. Yat chunav Sharda Mahotsav. This festival is all about promoting our cultural heritage, our rich cultural heritage. The Yazachu Ag golden time Yathmans, our present generation, the future generation, can connect gasit with our civilizational roots. But for the first time, I have heard that such an event has been organized on such a large scale by Radio Merge Kashir. So, my heartiest congratulations to the team of Radio Merge Kashir and my good wishes. And I hope that this Sharda Mahotsav is being conducted year after year and every year. And I will be waiting for it. So thank you very much for giving all of us a chance to participate in the Sharda Mahotsav and get to know more about us as a Kashmiri Pandit. In 1990, when we left Kashmir, it was a traumatic phase for all of us. Few of us were just kids, few were newly born, few of us were in our youth, and some of us were seniors or the elders in our society. So it was quite a painful, quite a traumatic phase for all of us. But Atma's one Kashmiri Pandits are very, very resilient. Ushin har manan yuta jaldi kye. Us beachne hurit the thekit kye. Thoda kalas log shock. Us thoda shockus mans, thoda skalas. But each one of us did something or the other. And we spread our wings to scale new height. मगर यातमंस क्या गया कि knowingly as cold drift from our native land, our homeland, our Kashmir, our merged Kashmir. Roots nish गए as thoda दूर करान. ये ओस न सिर्फ एक geographical displacement के कि ऐसे दराय कशीर मंस नेबर तो ऐसे गए some other देशस मंस या some other status मंस ये ओस न जुत के. But it was more of a cultural shock for all of us because Kashmiri Pandit culture is completely different from the rest, the other cultures that are being celebrated in rest of the parts of the world, I would say. So, Yatmas Dushiki using certain capacity capability to adapt and to evolve and to keep ourselves rooted deeply still with the foundation of our own Kashmir. A still core carry forward our culture, our heritage, and yuta hut is dit as dutsu next generation. So there was a flow of the culture or the ritualistic parts from one generation to another generation between these periods of exile or between these decades of exile. Yatmas kya gao ki because we were trying to survive in the foreign land, Atmans gay varia sani khatra gao ye varia zyada struggle that we had to maintain the sociological importance of both the cultures, because where we are living, it is very important for us to respect the cultures, respect the rituals, respect the heritage that is already there, existing there. On top of that, we also have a responsibility that we have to preserve our own culture and our own heritage. Yatman score में एक चीज observe yel versus around my teenage Yet mans kor me ak cheez observe that mostly kya us gasan ki yelte ka function us asan ya yelte ka ritual us garas mans asan ya kent bordo us asan. That mans sari akis phone karan ki when kya chu karu. What exactly is required to be done? So I used to ask this question to my grandmother that, don't you know it? Don't we have a book about it? Have we not preserved it? And I used to get an answer, na, yet yiman chizan chin kitab asan ke. Mechan wuchmutsa ka kitab. Astema mechan wuchmutske. The magar. Ichu itheken met chupanya majinish buzmut, em chupanya majinish buzmut, itheken choice chalo mutia. Garasmas basically this tradition has been carried on from generation to generation. This gave me a thought that it is very important because now we are no longer in Kashmir Valley. Now we as a community, a Kashmiri Pandit community is no longer a closed community. We are outside Kashmir. We have been spreaded all over the world. We have amalgamated with other cultures of the world. So, to keep the importance and the relevance of Kashmiri Pandit culture, it is important, it is highly important to document, to create a repository of actual culture, actual ritual, actual heritage that we are already possessing. So this idea, it was there in my head that how I should proceed and what things should be done and how what we can do about it. And I used to talk to my elders, talk to my parents, my family members, and whoever I knew who had full knowledge about the heritage and culture. I used to talk to them and I used to identify the means and the ways that how we can preserve it. After completing my master's from BITS in 2011, January 2011, I decided that let's create a website. And that website will act as a library for our future generation to come in and take in the cultural aspects that our elders used to follow. So if somebody doesn't know anything about what used to happen on Pan or what is Herath all about, he can go to this library, he can take out all the available documents from it and get to know that, okay, this is what we used to do and this is how it is supposed to be done. The Yat idea said बनाओ मेरा website. This as Kahasmans, that was now Kashmir as it is. ये नाव कोर में choose because of the reason कि versus yasan कि या ये library गस आसिन साने cultural साने heritages तिथ पर depict करान youth so originally ओस. So Kashmir as it is actually is Kashir Yishchitisi. So that is how this idea started. And I tried to formulate it in the form of repository, in the form of library, which can hold the information for our future generation related to our culture, related to our heritage, so that it becomes easier for our future generation to refer to and to follow. In Kashmir as it is manche mein various aspects the main aspect is of course our culture, our practices, our beliefs, our festivals, but apart from that to मैं also highlight kormut son Kashmiri humor, which is very integral part of our day-to-day routine. So on satire to bad khatarnak asan, you all will agree with me. So that is also one of the aspect. And so on Kashmiri calendar, Jantriya such bad important. I have integrated that as well. Saath huchin, special occasions. So on kyan, damolo kit kanchuran. So if you live Kashmir as it is, so you will find it how to prepare a damolo. So likewise, I had quite a good number of visitors around. I reached around 50,000 visitors on my website in 2010 and sorry, in 2017. And then I decided to make give it another shape, which is the shape of the application. Because आजकल जो online उपदौर, everybody has a smartphone, so people want to have this in their hand. They want to know anything about the festival coming in and how to perform certain rituals, how to perform Shraddh or how to perform Pan. Everything will be there in their mobile phones. So yeah, this website had a new baby, which is Kashmir as it is application available on Android phone and Apple Store in 2017. I launched this application in 2017. Um, this is still the work on this website is still going on. The work on Kashmir as it is still going on because I'm still talking to our researchers, our library, I would say, as I would call them, our elders. And I'm still talking to them and gathering all sorts of information, whatever I can from them, and trying to document it so that it is readily available for all of us in coming 2 or 3 years. So, all in all, no matter how much cosmopolitan we become, how much we go far away from Kashmir. Isrozo toit Kashiri Hindi. Isrozo toit Kashmiri Pandit. And we are very much proud of our culture. We are very much proud of our heritage. So no doubt, as are we geographical shock, as are we cultural shock, but all of us must take a stand. Sirniums and political leaders tim panin kam karan for creating the homeland, for creating the one merge Kashir for all of us. But at the same time, it should be our duty as a Kashmiri Pandit to protect, to promote, and to preserve our Kashmiri Pandit culture and heritage. So, Radio Merge Kashiran Shuaki Sharda Mahotsav, Asak chance ditmut, learn karna khatra. The Yats Sarni, ye request kare कि तोय करियो सु online visit program yel su guest broadcast and you learn more about it and at the same time you visit Kashmir as it is. Uh, it's kashmirasitis.com as a website and download the application from Google and Apple Store and you see the various aspects of Kashmiri Pandit culture that I have tried to put in there. Let me know your feedback and let me know how else we can adapt, we can evolve, but at the same time, be connected with our roots. Bahagiat bares mas skalas katkarit because this subject is very close to my heart, preserving of our culture in the way they are, or I should say, as it is. But because of the time constraint that I have been given by Radio Maj Kashir, I think I would end here at this note that no matter where we are, no matter where we go, no matter where we evolve, we are a resilient people. We are the ones who can spread our wings and scale to new heights anywhere we are kept because we have that capability to adapt. So, yes, let's do it. Let's fly. But at the same time, let's be connected with our roots. Let's promote our own culture, our own heritage. Garas neberkin cheers that Jai Hind, yet Jai Hind, yet Jai Winkenas Asharozan. But Garas under cheers te mai Kashmiri Pandit. Namaskar.